I've been saving for a new car. I'm $650 short of being halfway to buy it. If the car costs $22,000, write an equation for how much money you need in terms of how much money you have. So in other words, I'm saying that how much I need is a function which I'll write as f of how much I have. And you don't need to worry about this notation right now. But basically I'm saying that if I can figure out how much I have, I can figure out how much, and if I know how much I need, I can figure out how much I have. Right, so if I have one, I can figure out the other. So what's the equation? Well, let's think through this. So suppose if I had 11,000 and the car cost 22,000, well, I would be exactly halfway. But I'm $650 short of halfway. So the equation I would need is to say that 22,000 is the same as if you took the money I had, and you, which I'll call x, and you added 650 to it, it would be halfway to the 22,000. Now, this is where a lot of people get tricked. So because they would like to say, oh, well, I multiply this by a half then. I put a half in front. Because if I take half of that, it would be 22,000. When in fact, that's not quite true. What is true is that this amount is some number that is halfway to 22. So to keep equality, I'd have to double that number to make it 22,000. Right? So maybe another way to think of it, right, is if I have $10, well, halfway is $5. To get 5 to equal 10, I have to double it. So 5 is halfway to 10, and to get the equality to be true, I have to double. So same here. So now I can solve this equation. I could distribute the 2, so I get 22,000 is equal to 2x plus 1,300. So I subtract 1,300 from both sides, and if I do it from one side, of course I have to do it from the other. So this gives me 20,700 equals 2x. So if I divide everything by 2, I have 10,350. Which you probably would have intuitively thought about. Well, you know, halfway is 11,650. Less than that is 10,350. But now you have an equation way of doing it, and if the numbers aren't as simple, you can still solve a problem like this as long as you can set it up, keeping in mind what it takes to be equal. Not the idea of having, but what do I need to do to each side to keep them equal.